My dear learner, today we are going to discuss about nomenclature, and this is one of the topic which most useful in case of organic chemistry. So let us try to correlate it with this our simple nomenclature system with this IUPAC nomenclature system. Suppose I show you that uh, somebody has written Kiran. Somebody can write a Patel Kiran. Somebody write a Patel Kiran Kumar. Someone can write that Patel Kiran Kumar Mukund Bhai. So what it indicates? Suppose from the first name, no one can that identify that they come from which state. So from that it is clear that he or she is from Gujarat. Similarly, फ्रॉम हियर यहां से देख के वो पता चलेगा कि शी इज सॉरी ही इज बिकॉज किरण इज अ कंफ्यूजिंग सिनारियो आइदर इट्स अ नेम ऑफ बॉय or it's a name of the girl, so I can say he is a boy, and from that it is written that he is from Gujarat, his name is Kiran, he is boy, he's come from this family of Mukund Bhai. So this is one of the patterns. Suppose I write Ramalingan Murugana. So Ramalingan Murugana, if I write that, then it is very clear from that it is from Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu. Tamil. Second thing, if I write a Patil Kiran, Ben. Patil Kiran. Does it indicate that he or she come from the Maharashtra? So in this way, I can say it is used the specific surname, name, father name are used to clarify the region, gender, and the family. The similar way we have also a IUPAC name, and it has also tradition like this. So let us see. Basic constructions of IUPAC name is a word root. First, second is primary suffix, secondary suffix. Now, after completion of these three things, the secondary prefix and a primary prefix is this five component is required for IUPAC name. Suppose if you say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, IUPAC is also made up of 5 alphabet. Similarly, we can say the IUPAC name can also be completed after completion of all uh, uh, prefix, suffix and word root. So what word root indicate? Word root indicate a name of the principal chain. What primary suffix will indicate? It indicate a saturations and unsaturations. I will to show you that it indicate meet, eth, prop, likewise. That it indicate either ane, ene or yne. The secondary suffix are used to give the mention the name of the functional group. Then later on, the secondary prefix are used for the substitutions, and primary prefix are used for the cyclic compound. There is bicyclo, or a tricyclo likewise. So IUPAC have a total 5 alphabet. Similarly, we can say this IUPAC name will complete after completion of this 5 component. Let us go ahead and see one by one. First, we discuss about the word root. Later on, we discuss about the primary suffix, then secondary suffix, then secondary prefix and primary prefix. In today's videos, we will see that much only. Okay, so that I have correlated with this our human name with this IUPAC name. So what is that word root? Number of carbon is shown at here. IUPAC word root, this is common name, it does not require at all, just I have written it here. If the one, it's a very simple meth, eth, prop, but, pant, hex, hept, oct, non, dec. The similar way, common name is not at all required, just I have written here. The one is done in this form. 2, asset. 3, prop, yon, propion, I can say propion. This is prop. Butyre. Then there are 2 possibilities, one is valere and another one is amyl. So carbonyl containing compound is known as a valere and remaining all are known as amyl. That is word root. The story of word root is over. Let us go ahead. A primary suffix. So if there is meth, then this is methane. If it is eth, then ethane, ethene and ethine. Propan, propene and propyne, because, and this another thing I want to show you that I will tell you. Butane, butene, butane, pentane, pentene, pentation, hexane, hexene, hexane, heptane, heptene, heptine, octane, octene, octane, nonane, nonene, nonane, decane, decene and decaen. Is it? So this is very basic norm of word root plus primary suffix. Let us go ahead. A coupling of word root and primary suffix and primary suffix and secondary suffix. So what it indicate? It indicate that we have suppose it, that is word root, and I take a primary suffix ene. So how to join these two? So when we join them, then there are one rules. There should be a only, or I can say A, E, I, O, U and Y. These all are vowels except Y, but it also included. If it is there, at least one. Now only one, not at least one, but only one. When you join it, I show you here. If you see here, this is H, this is E. We have no problem. E is at here. So simply you can write that ethene. Suppose ethene means this is primary suffix plus secondary suffix. I will show you, but if it is all, how, what is the secondary suffix and from where it is come, that all this thing I will tell you. But suppose this is all. So when you join this together, so at that time you must have to consider this is E, this is O. E is also present and O is also present. There should be only one. If both are present, you have to remove this one. And how can we write? We write it ethanol. Is it? The similar way, if I have another options that I will tell you, if the 2 is there, suppose more than one prefix, 2 double bonds are there. So then what is alka is what? Alka is commonly known as a word root. Alk. This is a commonly we can say word root, generalized form. So what is alkadine? So suppose simply we can say alk plus dine. So if you see here, this is K, this is D, and K and D are not present in A, E, I, O, U and Y. None of these are present. If none of are present, then what we should have to do? We have to keep extra A in a word root. So this is known as alkadine. Is it? So due to that, it is written at here A. Suppose here also alk plus trine. Alk plus trine. Then also you have to write alkatrine. Similar way, alkadiene. Double bond and triple bond both are present. Suppose I can say alka plus ene plus yne. When you join, there should be only one. If both are present, we have to remove. इसमें और इसमें कौन है? Yes, it is here. It's not an issue. Alkene plus yne. So Y is also present. E is also present. We should have to skip one of them. So this is known as alkene. This is known as what? Alkene. So this is alkene. So it's a double bond. It is not required. Alkene. Is it? So let us go ahead. Primary prefix. What is primary prefix? देखो इस तरह की बात थी हमारे पास. So what is the story we have is word root, primary suffix, secondary suffix, secondary prefix and primary prefix. So how only one cycle? So this is this one. This completed, this completed. So one cycle, that is a cyclo. If the two cycle, it is known as a bicyclo. If the three cycle, then it is known as tricyclo. Simply we have to write. All this thing we will use in our example, but just we have to write. Suppose I show you that if I have such a compound, I can say not a butane, but I write it is a cyclobutane. All these things story we will discuss. Then secondary prefix. So where is secondary prefix? I have to write it here. Word root, complete. Primary suffix. 1 minute, I have to change the pen. Primary suffix, secondary suffix, secondary prefix plus primary prefix. So secondary prefix is all that we are going to discuss. That thing we discuss, this thing we discuss, and primary suffix also we have discussed. So how it is? Suppose I have methane. So I can write that it is alkane. And another one is alkene and alkyne. Where I should write it here, alkyne. So when alkane and alkenes are there, so simply I can say that remove E, add YL. Sorry, remove ANE and YL. Alkyl. Is it? Then here remove E, add YL. So it is known as what? Alkenyl. We are prefix, so we have to keep a dash after that in case of suffix. Suppose remove E, add YL. So what we are getting here? Alkynyl. So simply we will see one by one. Here only methyl. Dekho, I just skip it. Methyl, remove ANE. Ethyl, inyl, YNYL. यहाँ से E निकाल दिया. From that also remove the E. Then propyl, then propynyl, propynyl. Butyl, butynyl, butynyl. Pentyl, pentenyl, pentenyl. Hexyl, hexenyl, hexenyl. Heptyl, heptenyl, heptenyl. Octyl, octenyl, octenyl. Nonyl, nonynyl, nonynyl. Then decyl, decynyl, decynyl. Okay. Then we have to go. So this is a secondary prefix. So secondary suffix, chain terminating functional group. So now we have to discuss about this one. Word root is over. Primary suffix is over. Secondary suffix we are going to discuss. Then secondary prefix plus primary prefix. Is it? Now this is only remaining. It is bifurcated into two parts. One is chain terminating functional group. So I show you that this is. I can write that ka, su, ane, s, hali, emma, sign. That thing we will take in a second group. So among these all written, the sulfonic acid and anhydride, they are not starting, they are in the both side and not started with the sulfur. The remaining all are started with this sulfur, carbon and chain terminating. So Ka stand for carboxylic acid, Su stand for sulfonic acid, An stand for anhydride, S stand for ester, Hali means acyl halide, Emma means amide, and Syn means cyanide. Suppose someone is going somewhere without doing the sign, and we can say that Kasu on a S, Hali, Emma sign. So there are suffix and prefix is very important for us. Oic acid, carboxyl. Suppose this is carboxyl. Then sulfonic acid and sulfo. Suppose here I have to construct, then alkanoic acid. Remove this one and write alkanoic acid. Then similar way, alkane, we do not remove E from here because this is sulfonic acid. There is no prefix in case of anhydride, and that is simply anhydride. Ester, this is known as OAT. I can say alkoxycarbonyl. See, this functional group is written like this. This is known as alkoxy. This is known as a carbonyl. And in case of that, I can write alkane, remove the E and OATE. Then we have OL halide. This is known as what? OL halide. And this is in the form of like this. Halo carbonyl. So this is known as alkanoyl halide. Amide carbamoyl. It's a simple carbamoyl. This is known as a remove the E. Alkanamide. Nitrile. This is cyno. This is al and aldoformyl. Okay, this is al and aldo. Remember aldo also we will use. Now this we have to remember in the sequence. Due to that I have told you that kasu and s hali sign n. I show you that this is also non-chain terminating functional group. This is known as a nai, halo, ithi, emma, thio, alcohol, hol, K, aldehyde, so this is also very important for us. Suppose someone is nice name of the one man. He is going to see this bottle of alcohol. So we can say nai halo. Remove from that halo ethyl alcohol aldehydes. So this is known as a ketone. This is one. This is one. This is ketone. This is all. This is hydroxyl. This is thiol. This is mercaptone. Amines and amino. Then ether. Now onward this without this except this two, I can say they have no suffix. So what is that? This is simply known as alkoxy. This is also prefix. Alkenyl. All these things we have seen in case of prefix. Alkene, remove E, add yl. That also we have to see same way. In case of halide, this is halo. In case of nitro compound, this is nitro. Here I can say alkanon, remove E. Alkanol, remove E. Alkane, don't remove E, thiol, because there should be required only one. Remove E, alkanamine. Then here we do not write to required, and we have to remember in the form of sequence. Due to that I have told you this too. So later on when I will give you the example, at that time I will give you the one story. That story is very important for us. Numerical are separated by comma, means 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Alphabet are not separated, just we have to write bromobutane. There is no required to be separated. Then alphabet and numericals. Suppose I can write 1-methyl, so that is separated by hyphen. So this is just a example and the basic construction we have done. Then later on I will tell you a story related to IUPAC name. If you want to see and to learn this IUPAC name, please continue with the series of IUPAC nomenclature. You learn IUPAC name with the story. धन्यवाद एवं शुभ दिन. पढ़ते रहिए और बढ़ते रहिए।